little under a year. I was on tour I got my first big hosting job with Monster Jam, doing a tour of the US as a host. And then, and all before this, I was always doing red carpet work, working on my skills as an interviewer. I got a job podcasting over AfterBuzz TV, working on that weekly, just honing my voice, because when I first started, I was really bad at this. And then I just kept working on it, and I got better over time. Practice makes perfect. If you look at some of my videos from college, it's really embarrassing. But anyways, nowadays, so then after all that stuff, I started getting bigger hosting jobs. So I started to pursue that more. But more recently, right before Corona, I had casted 2 TV shows for an HBO Max show, and then Flirty Dancing on Fox. So they're all like dating shows. And I was also, I have a million other things that I do on the side as side hustles, because in LA you have to have like 5 jobs. But other than that, I was also reporting as a backstage host for a wrestling show called Impact Wrestling, and also Women of Wrestling on Access TV. And I was the live host for Shein, which is a clothing brand on e-commerce, doing Shein Live on Thursdays. And then Corona hit. Everything was kind of ripped out from under me. A lot of my jobs ended, like ceased to exist. And so at the time during Jewish Learning, I had always wanted to do my own podcast on self-development. And Allie and I talked about this for a while. And during coronavirus and the lockdown, I was like, all right, when are we starting? Like, now we have the time, so let's do this. And we started breaking bread with Allie and Gabby. And now I'm like content creating my own stuff for once, finally, after 10 years of being in Los Angeles.
Wow, that's so awesome. So you did some funky things, these last few years of your life, like really cool. Like, the red carpet, the people is like, whoa, and Oscars and Grammys, it's really, really cool. But it's cool how like you're taking this coolness and like now using it to teach some Torah ideas. That's like really, really special.
Yeah.
So you're the Jewish host, woman, Jewish host. Like you really have it in you. It's incredible. And you can become huge in the world too. We can have you standing on stage and sharing your advice, and you will very soon one day, Gabby, for the Jewish people. You're gonna inspire us.
Yeah, I think like exactly what you said, the biggest goal for me with this is to inspire people, to bring people that aren't connected to Judaism closer to Judaism. And then I'm learning along the way too. Like, I don't know a lot, but I'm learning as I go, and the things that we are learning, we like to share. And then, yeah, like bigger goals again, to speak for larger audiences and inspire people that way too.
What made you want to find out about Judaism, and which things in Judaism have you started to embrace, and how has it felt for you since you started choosing that path?
What was the first part of your question? Like, what about Judaism?
Yeah, like, what inspired you to start moving direction? Like, you have like a really cool, life in terms of TV and all this cool stuff. Like, what would make you be from there to want to find out about Judaism? That feels like so much fun. Like, why would that make you feel you want to find out more?
Yeah, so I mean, in general, I love connecting with people, and I love self-development and spirituality. So always felt connected to that. But why I want to really do this more connected to Judaism is because it fulfills the soul, as opposed to just like the temporary pleasure, right? And so when you're doing something for other people and you're learning, I'm a big learner. I'm very curious and inquisitive. So like that fuels my soul. I love asking questions. I love learning. So when it's a soul-driven experience, I think it has much more weight than anything else you could be doing in the world. So yeah, like this stuff has bigger purpose to me than like presenting entertainment news or interviewing somebody on a red carpet when you have like literally a minute or 30 seconds to ask 1 or 2 questions, because it's so fast-paced and the PR doesn't want to give the celebrity the time to do these interviews. So it's very like surface level stuff, whereas this is deeper level stuff.
Wow. And which that I love the way you answer that. It really makes so much sense the way you're describing it. Like soul things, soul food, nothing can compare to soul food. And like only Torah can give someone soul food.